Hi, I'm Erin Leach, and you're listening to the In the Middle of It podcast. This is a space for the ambitious woman navigating the beautiful, messy intersection of motherhood, business, and spirituality. We're here to get real about what it actually looks like to build a life that feels aligned from the inside out while moving through the seasons that stretch and shape you into the best version of yourself. So, whether you're in a season of high speed growth or quiet reflection, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Let's get ready for this week's episode.
Hey friend, welcome back to In the Middle of It. As always, I am still Erin Leach. Today I am actually recording this in the Phoenix International Airport. And it's a little weird, to be honest, to be recording this in public. But I'm here. I've committed to showing up every week. And I normally share episodes on Tuesday mornings, but I am traveling this week to Business by Design Live, an amazing conference hosted by James Wedmore. And I wanted to wait until the conference was over and I had some takeaways and inspiration to share. So, that being said, that's what this is going to be all about. Just like a short and sweet episode, raw and real, unfiltered in the middle of the airport. Just about my takeaways from this week, things that I've been kind of like thinking about and rolling around in my brain. So, first thing is a thought that I was having on the plane ride here, and just thinking about how wild our family life has been lately, and thinking about Leon being at home and just everything that had to happen for me to be here now amidst all of the craziness that is our life right now in December. And the main thought was that as moms and entrepreneurs, we can do it all. We can do anything we want. But you're also kind of lying to yourself if you think that you can do it all perfectly and without help or anything. And what I mean by all of that is that you can have it all. You can have your business, you can have your family, and you can be a very present mom while being an entrepreneur. All of that is possible, but to think that there's going to be this like perfect 50-50 harmony all the time is really just kind of setting yourself up for failure in a way. And not really failure, but I guess disappointment. Because inevitably, when your business needs more from you, your family is going to get a little less. If you're in the middle of a launch, or if you have a busy season, like as a wedding photographer, summers are crazy. So I know that my family gets a little bit less of me in that time, but then over the winter, they get more of me because it's a very slow season and it's less of intentional effort to find balance. So rather than set that expectation for yourself, I've been thinking really more about the idea of, as we're juggling all of these things, which we all are as mompreneurs, juggling life and family and business and a whole bunch of other things, which priorities cannot be dropped under any circumstance? Which of those balls you're juggling are made of glass and therefore need to be treated very, very delicately versus other ones that are maybe made of plastic or rubber that will not break or they will bounce and everything will be fine if you do drop them. So once you clarify what those glass balls are, you know what to prioritize, you know what is most important and when, and only you and your family can really answer that. And also at the end of the day, only you and your family, meaning your partner and your children, are on the decision-making team. Your mom, your best friend, your whoever, anybody close to you. Yeah, it's great if they also support you. But at the end of the day, if they don't agree with what you're doing, if they don't understand, it still doesn't matter. The only people who really truly matter are your partner and your children. And that was a big reflection for me as I traveled here for 5 days. Some people may disagree, but at the end of the day, the only person I need on board is my husband and my son, although at 2 years old, he doesn't really get much say in the matter right now. And I mean, obviously, I need some buy-in from our moms because they do help us a lot in terms of support for Leon. So they do matter in this situation. But generally speaking, yeah. If they still think I'm wild and crazy for wanting to go to Phoenix for 5 days, but they're still willing to help, great. Other people's opinions are not my or your burden to carry. Because if anything, choosing yourself teaches your kids more than sacrificing yourself ever will. They're watching you create abundance. They're watching you build something meaningful and fulfilling for yourself. They're watching, even at 2 years old. My son is watching. And he may not fully understand all of the things, but he's picking up on the patterns and the language around things. And they're learning resilience and creativity and possibility because of you. Not because you've preached it, but because you're actually out there living it. And then within the conference, I had lots of other takeaways as well. There were so many, but I've kind of boiled it down to a few really meaningful ones that definitely had a big impact. So this one in particular was shared on the first day, and it was a line that someone said, happiness is your current circumstance minus your expectations. And as somebody who loves to have vision and a plan and more of a type A personality for sure, this one definitely was not eye-opening, but it resonated. And it made me pause and think, because the more rigid my expectations, the easier it is for me to lose joy in the moment versus if I am more open and going with the flow, the more room there is for me to find the surprise and delight in all of the little moments in life. And then I think it was in the same presentation, potentially, or maybe a different one. Everything all kind of blends together in my brain right now. But another one that made me laugh was just as this person was talking, thinking about how entrepreneurship and motherhood are actually wildly similar. If you really think about it, like both of them ask you slash like kind of require you to take some risks that are probably going to be uncomfortable. At some point in your life as a mom, you're going to have to do things and learn things that you have never done before, that are outside your comfort zone. And especially same goes for being an entrepreneur. And they both really are like a mirror held up to you that shows you every shadow and every little area that you could probably use some work on, but only for the better of your business or your family or both, really. And it's kind of funny because so many moms become entrepreneurs for lots of different reasons. And it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? That we're already conditioned to problem solve on the fly and do uncomfortable things in the name of something bigger than just us. And so we really quite easily, well, maybe not easily, but maybe naturally rise to the challenge that is entrepreneurship as moms. And I just thought that that was kind of funny because I had never really thought about it that way. And then on the last day of the conference, yesterday, a lot of little things clicked together around this theme of fear and space and betting on yourself. This one is a meaty one as well, similar to being an ambitious mom and finding the harmony between your ambition and family. We were talking about fear in a kind of like meditation practice process type of thing, and how you cannot have courage without fear. Fear is like a prerequisite to having courage. You wouldn't need courage if you weren't afraid. And for me, the thing that came up that I needed some serious courage around was enrolling in James Wedmore's Next Level program. It is his group coaching, low-key mastermind kind of program. And technically, I can't afford this program right now, but I know that practically speaking, the cost of not doing the program is at least bigger to me than the like financial cost, because I'm thinking about like what is really more expensive, this structured, supported, accountability rich container that will accelerate my success, or trudging through free PDFs and low ticket coaching programs or courses, just trying to piecemeal everything together to hopefully see at least a fraction of the success that I anticipate will come from being a part of Next Level. The answer was always clear for me as soon as I started considering joining Next Level, but obviously I need the buy-in from my husband. Again, kind of full circle to the beginning. No one else matters in this decision except for him. So we talked about it, and we together chose to take a bet on myself and also him, because he will definitely benefit from what I learned in Next Level as well. And we both really just believe in what's possible. Like, I'm looking at 2026 and I see a lot of space on my calendar, which normally would be really terrifying. I have 2 weddings booked for next year, and the only other big thing other than that in 2026 is having our son Lewis in March. So instead of choosing to see that as like, oh my God, there's nothing on my calendar, I have no work booked, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? I have chosen for a while now to see it as opportunity and possibility. So then when this opportunity came through the other day to join Next Level, I knew like a year is a really long time. And I am smart and resourced and capable. I can figure it out. But this program is like the fast pass in Disney. The support from the coaches and the group overall is invaluable. And then all of the other resources that I get, the master classes every month, and the programs that we get access to in addition, just because we are members of Next Level, as they say very often in the Business by Design community, my success is absolutely inevitable. Because quite frankly, if I am not doing some really big, freaking amazing things on December 10th, 2026, something strange has happened. There's no reason for me to not go after these big, audacious goals and see success. And just seeing the success that people have had by being in Next Level and also actually applying themselves within it and committing to the work to get their businesses going, I am just beyond convinced that 2026 is going to be pretty remarkable. And the overall message that I took from all of this is that sometimes you need to bet on yourself. And sometimes you're going to be the only one to bet on yourself and truly believe in what you do or what you want to do. Sometimes you need a little bit more buy-in than that from whoever will be alongside you in these endeavors. But when you have like a wildfire level of belief, it's kind of contagious, and everybody else is just bound to hop on board. And if they don't, again, who cares? The only thing that matters is that you believe in yourself, that you know what you're capable of. The few people who really matter also believe in you and know what you're capable of and are more than happy to support you. And anything else can just roll off your back. Yep. So those are some of my reflections from this trip. And I hope they've resonated with you in some way, maybe shaken some things up within you or given yourself some things to ponder as well. And if so, I would love to hear about it. DM me on Instagram at I am Erin Leach, or just take a screenshot of the podcast where you're listening right now. Share it to your stories. Tag me. Again, I am Erin Leach. Love to see who's listening. And if you haven't yet, follow the show so you don't miss an episode. And I'll be back next week. But until then, as always, I am Erin Leach. And for you, my friend, this is your little reminder for the week that you are allowed to dream and those dreams matter. And the moment that you decide to bet on yourself, really bet on yourself, your life is going to open in ways that you can't even imagine yet. We'll see you soon.